Yeah, Ivan, Innocent. Ewa hard mo say, or na ehoho, ewa hard mo say awaba. Na na me bisa ne say, nyame kura obedi Akuffo Addo achi na obeye ne oye no akogima ba o say there be 21 days. Jafe na nyame kobo aba. Aba bia mo kodie.
We nyame adom.
Eda be bra pe ni Hopeson Adorye so ewa hard mo say a you have to Onua kobo so, and of course other related issues over her. Rapper Yakwaba.
Yeah.
Bibi aboko there.
Nyankopo de adome.
And as usual, if you go so hard to say ya near Timudada, it's a baby to accommodate so ever hard to say. I'm starting through one more enough. Yenin Kobo about the transition team, both political parties. John Dramani Mahama, the 10-member transition team at the Aba. And led by Julius Debra, and we already do Jaho and the Tattoo as an advisory as an advisor, and another Akuffo Addo so then the Aba, and then they've gone through a smooth inaugural exercise. Surprisingly, the Vice President of the Republic, flag bearer of the Npp, went to Myanmar, and people have started raising concerns about it. And we also with Jabruta. Diminim Yameka.
They can mention na mention what here for na. We say numeracy and tensia.
Aye.
You share numeracy and there at the forefront. I think the transition team, the transition process, and then you go through series of times. I think the Ghana need be a follow biano. Unim say and then you shall see. But 2012 and a legal backing. I think the Transition Act coming to where. A give you certain legal framework be a regularize how as a transition there, because first and I'm saying those guidelines in the you don't see any structured way be idea no, but coming into force the act no it give you certain guidelines and why I first and I think says I where kwanya first both sides ni na teaming show readiness transition no a course I think say and score Ghana for your democracy, the be a say when it comes to your democracy, your credential in Africa very high, despite the internal misunderstanding, sometimes wrangling during the elections. And as a form, the two sides quickly have been able to come together, and I think that the process a cement your democracy, your to go a long way to consolidate our democratic credentials but surprisingly, Vice President not being there, and I'm not sure say it's any big issue because Vice President anywhere President Akuffo Addo, and I think the President and the Vice President will go through campaign. I don't know what actually happened, but I think you need to raise any big thing about it. But another issue in the say all your press conference, I catch the President Akuffo Addo say on stopping the transition process. My question is, on whose behalf? And that particular press conference. Now say, or your minister or your friend is saying,
majority chief whip.
Exactly, in Parliament.
Yes.
Or access to President Akuffo Addo. So, of free transition process na ekosono enkoye and now 1 or 2 be enkoye. Nothing stops him from so phone. After President Akuffo Addo just stopping the transition process. So my question is on whose behalf and that particular press conference? Is it MPP as a political party, Baumia, and as a wine? I think that there is no reasonable basis for what he did. And I think that gentleman should be very careful because you see characters like or not the type, and a man young people lose hope in their politics because quite recently Obekaya he was trending for very terrible reason. Obekaya when his galamsey infamous comments we make yes and so no yes that was absolute childish commenter. You didn't expect it from such a person or your minority whipper. A man for free say well go through the process parliament in a democracy no nimuno certain wit and intelligence will come to bear. But Sansemen Okoka give you Ghana for a different picture. And today for him to do what he's doing, I think cemented the fact that a lot of people are getting access into the mainframe politics. Not that Omu deserve it, but because you see, we have monetized the entire political space. To the stand say any cheap mind be out access to money can easily manipulate his way and get in because we have monetized the system, the entire political system there is the only thing here is once you have the money you can get through. So at the end of the day we may end up enlisting people who do not have what it takes to fix the problems. That is why even at the topmost level of power, like people like him, consistently, when they act here, the poverty of intellect these people live in their wake, will make you say wow, enti ono so ye panyin na odi o mind so obekom no ye panyin, and I think that's very unfortunate. Process na ya go through I think Ghana for go through nema asi and when I make catch say about one Ghana for koto and yet so much about the NDC winning power. It was some kind of a revolution without a gun, because I had the Akosu Okromha, the arrogance of power, the impunity, the treachery being unleashed on people. I said, Omone Abaye Enye. Now, too, when you share the economic, your friends are mess, President Akuffo Addo and the family are creating a general air core. Now we are Ghana ni, so won't fine. You can make it a passing comment, but very in-depth knowledge about the current state of Ghana's economy. Now we name the trajectory of Ghana Namsu Sesia JB. What's why we read is the reason why yesterday make us say President Akuffo Addo Kotinancha no Onua folded the arms no where the journey 8 years ago as a president, and the mess that he has created. Not one kasa mess, he created them personally, but because our language share the power and the sacred responsibility to ensure say obe standing up to the occasion. Not individuals no the two me amom obe hold you more accountable and responsible no. And Akuffo we nyina buy. For instance, we got to a time where people in MPP or no one kasa in the political party while asking say we've had enough of Kenneth Oriata. So whatever it takes to get the guy out. The president was against the entire party. He didn't listen to anybody. And indeed, this is a gentleman, Sabi. And consistently he was borrowing. Look at our debt, your debt portfolio in this particular country. Npp, to the extent, say, after COVID, Ghana is the first country after Zambia to declare bankrupt. Suspended your external debt obligation to our creditors internally. In the history of this country, say Ghana for mudo musika bo aban bosia aban beka say we need to restructure. And now you restructure, it will come back to us. And now can obi mama nebetua and obi papa nebetua. Eguyanso as a people, you understand? So these are some of the mess I can say. There is no way Ghana can step out there say because credit score by now what they call a junk because we have lost credibility, because we've gotten to a point where we are out there begging people some fire can't in that kind of stuff. This is Ghana. Pride, but the mess created by few individuals in the name of Ghana, and president. We have the free room president, so at some point in time you saw that particular free ride, and then you arena of corruption. Just imagine, say Obama tiba be no Ghana ni, not a power initiative, because the economy be a big grow is because of your friends saying the energy sector. Through compact 2 or my insika na you making sure say you include private sector participation in our energy, because over the years ECG has been running loss. Or go back to 2022 omoboka over about 10.1 billion. The following year it was 1.9 billion. So clearly they were not making profit. So such monies were coming in to allow private sector participation. So by bills, because so ECG for they've given up. So at some point in time, ECG was losing 32%, both commercial and technical losses. Company BNHA or ran at that particular pace a bit in. Then this money came, say then these people estimate for me a cabal, a confronting PDS. Ghana for Sika. The guarantees and the financial assurances that they needed to provide as a way and son of Monsa Kanina, Vice President Visa Emma this group of people, Emma Omobaye. Because of that particular corruption, a poppy up, the American embassy wrote to us $190 million as a second free. I am financial power sector, Debbie, Sasikano Koye. The President Akuffo Addo anti the courage, saying constitute a team to investigate this particular thing. But my culture say in governance, or angel. Every human being be any opportunity, they will commit evil and also obey your way. But as a state, my culture say you cannot be weak, you cannot show mercy. Because always, you need to send a message to people out there. Say action have consequences. So if you mess up, you have to be dealt with. But the president created a certain room. At some point in time, a man for Kobokro no ba, or no na clear omo. So I know the day you energize people, you give them enough incentive to be doing all these things. So when yet Nasana yet 2 year new Ghana, you don't see any future. But then the young people are better politics are sit to the stand say Makacha said they are not just looking for say the Obenya hopes and dreams. No, they want economic independence that also translates into that kind of mental freedom. About issues of politics. But today these are issues are any table no so yewo. Enti ye de ho has say your minor to a point say Ghana ni what the future hold for us. And that is why I'm who for jubilate and I'm because they don't even know what they are jubilating. Because the future looks so bleak. Yes, it's good we have changed. And the coming president, President Mahama, have a lot of responsibility, and I believe, sir, he will be able to navigate through this particular storm. It's not an easy task. I say, baby jubilate. No, because it's a daunting task. Because for us to get our way through, no, we need to go back to our external creditors and try to renegotiate, because our current arrangements no very soon 2026 some of the debt na mature and the amount of money we are supposed to pay taxes in you understand that is the situation. They are two a local Bank of Ghana. Adia na adding to her oye. Can no forata bob bosiana igugu so we are onyabino. Then he turned his attention to Bank of Ghana and then instructed your friend saying, I Addison to print money. At some point in time, no matter turn the Bank of Ghana into a printing press. Just as sikana ya printing gumsa or moving a fees or printing sky inflation baba. You never a inflation around 53. Here we are today, and the dollar cedi our hefa, you understand? So obitrana ya can some of these issues and we don't say it because obitanya bang and answer way. These are the realities are end up in the current economic circumstances. Just imagine at a point in time Ghana for were grappling with a lot of economic conditions papa. Now President Akuffo Addo nyada aja ko han private jet e dey ba besi kroma say and na origin ni koba among for all around the media everybody was talking about it, at least as a sign of respect as a leader, no, show the people certain courtesy, respect. Okay, fine, makama jai, but at the point among for ekano okotam jet ni besi ya tamake so ha say the amount of money that went into that particular thing okama sebe nyeye Aduma Ben. Or your president of the No. There wasn't any reasonable. There wasn't any reasonable justification. At some point in time, I heard so almost say you're jetting or cinema or say maybe I don't want to believe that. But you see, upon where I was using that particular, say upon where General President Akuffo Addo ended that the belt in change. But if upon where I can use that particular jet, I said Ben I can. So you see, upon where I say we need the size. I think we need to get serious. You understand? We need to the arrogance, the impunity, and some nipa can't. And I think that the coming administration will learn a lot from this, because Akuffo Addo before 2016, now for Penasemo, he was a darling boy. Yeah. People were cheering him up. At some point in time, so can I say for a ma or munibi, we the man. And see a banner na table no sign because of her braba or boy. My culture said this family and friends na for a that particular practice of governance, it belongs to antiquity. Nipa or practice we are in senior and we are no benali in Tunisia. When your friend said that Jasmine revolution no start here o dwane because na na yire nua ne na yire ofase ono ankasa busuanfo na ode omoaye, because when you do that you lose your power, the willpower to crack on people, because to ani a ofase ni wona na nie unua ba nie why na punish no. So the president that is why the last time I told you, say President Akuffo Addo wasn't running the country. What one who's running the country? They were facing who say supermarket be no more for a so you understand? We are on for Sikano too. Whatever house shop it's exactly what has happened. But people who were entering, borrowing and doing those kind of stuff, nobody was held accountable. For instance, corruption some may see be the one you hold to the sense of my oh, Debbie, I'm very serious. You see, look at somebody like Cecilia Dapa. Circumstances when you $1 million cotton them, and you expect to say, wait, Cecilia Dapa Kofanisika, President Akuffo Addo, you can't blame him. But as a leader, no, all that you have to do is to show leadership by making sure, say, obey your proper investigations, have your public perception about this. But my culture say, you see, you can't politics in as if say obi the assembly also in the religious sections na ka say JB ebia wo bobrabo no wo ye kromfo na sefo obetimi aka se wo medama nyankopon ni makomam. But in politics there is nothing like medama nyankopon, because opinions and informed choices among for making is premised on political perception as for more. So always you need to control the narrative and make sure that you put up right information there. But unfortunately, no, we decided to say proper investigating to some of these key issues. And nina na kikambo ma akwako we wa say yet at some point in time to me TV. So as a regional chairman of the NPP political party, at the time Ghanaians were grappling with harsh economic conditions. Then the guy was displaying, saying, gold bars on TV. You part the senior question. They say, gold company bang are legit. Our register. That particular gold no party no council of elders. I was suspecting that somebody who called that particular guy to order. So at some point in time, it became like a snake pit. Everybody was just fighting for survival. Leader can no be a the upper. And now culminate into the larger disaster. And the MPP as a political party in the Huatita Pansama, who say ofan ha. So it's a lesson for everybody going forward. You know, Makasa winya to me. The first thing that you need to do is to show respect to the people, because Nipa de to me more they can make and not make you. So energy on that sacred responsibility now ubedi udoknokwa. And I think that Akuffo Addo whole story way should be a guiding principle going forward. So we a leader, you need not to show weakness, you need not to show mercy to anybody. You should be ready to crack the whip on whoever will go against the state. And as for where sana it give you that power, it may build a amount for trust and confidence in as for. But you two no behind the open at some point in time, presidents who are called out to this will be sorry damn and yankopon. That's fair enough. We wait to mercy as sorry than he assured the people of this country say he was not going to use our money. At some point, you wake up and now president issue letter to other people to go and build cathedral in the name of the state. When the state is prepared, at that point, in Ghana for sorry. But there is something that belligerence posture no then they decided to do whatever that they wanted to do. And the cathedral that Kwaku say, JB, $58 million has gone down the drain. Nobody is bringing that particular money. So I'm expecting that we need to set up a proper investigation, even though Senate but President Akuffo Addo only deserve a single, your friend is saying, one friend says, gratia. Because that particular money should be used, to be used to service all these things after proper investigation, because it is clear, say, most of the payments were illegal, because Parliament as an institution, or give okay to some of these big transactions, they were not notified. Parliament wasn't aware, and it was illegal for anybody to forward in some consolidated fund without parliamentary approval to do whatever that you want, because I think say Sanema we nyina keka boma ene e ka Ghana ho ahia ama the future looks so uninspiring, so bleak, and you don't even know where we are going. So I'm just hoping say Ghana for nyina in one accord this time around yamfa politics into change until say this particular government goes rogue. Let's support, make sure say they do the right thing, and they must also listen to the people, because you see, and we don't need any special extra knowledge to run governance. There is nothing that you have. Yet TV so I can say you cannot assume say you are more knowledgeable and intelligent than people who are listening. There are far better people who understand the issues better than us. Only that we have the privilege to be here. You understand? So at the end of the day, what you want to win your feedback, you need to take it serious. Consider and impute some of them are relevant into whatever that you, because at the end of the day, it's a single vision, and I try to realize the vision is to make Ghana a better place, make the Ghanaian dream possible. So the average and the ordinary Ghanaian will not wake up and say, me person me got in the UK, me person me got in America. No, you should be proud as a Ghanaian, live in your motherland, and make sure that the motherland will pay you well and you live in dignity. You understand? Because now last night my catcher said, "May I cry? I'm free. I'm for a privilege." But na circumstances and push a lot of people out. Under no circumstance must a circumstance in the country push people out. If you want to stay outside, that's fine. That's your choice, but yes, I did be a and that is the kind of country. But you go to a time, minister be your father saying campaign. Or say, Obama man for this, I'm America. Anya Pius. Yes, Pius said that. So you see, Sasam no kind, and I'm for fun a try, but devil deeper into mind frame now or casa free now. Clearly, this is a person who has given up on this country. He hopes that so going out there is is the way out. But this is a person, I am on a mandate to run the country with the president and so forth. So I think that we really need to be very serious. And then the last one, you see, appointment it's never a compensatory initiative. appointment as a government and yet compensatory initiatives say oh we come where you say madam funie minu anie sa na man na president Akuffo Addo na down for buy no because at the end of the day he couldn't look into the faces of the people around him. Now I kind of catch Romo, and then people around him so turn out to become bootlickers and sycophants. Singing hallelujah choruses to the president. Oda the Jakrana say what are the effort? And that is the mistake that we did. So going forward now, I think that we need to ensure that you better get close people are ready to tell you the truth. Make sure that they have the intellectual weight with that affects the problems because those holidays now are over. Now, no, you cannot come back and blame Akuffo Addo anymore. The Akuffo Addo chapter in our politics is closing on January 7th.
Yeah.
From that go, it's a new chapter. Whatever you do, it's up to you. Now, American President Mahama is a very experienced person. He has been there before. And choice now, he has two choices. Either say he will be the best president or the worst president. But the good thing is that the choice is his to make. You understand? Ours is to support him. So I think he will make a right choice. Because at this time, the party for for support, and that era is gone. And then the platform has also widened. A lot of young people are consuming information. They are knowledgeable. They understand politics. It's so easy to do comparative analysis. And now to Ghana, with a click on your phone, you can see what is going on in Nigeria, Botswana, other places. You do that comparative analysis. When they do, they will ask critical questions. And if they are not getting the answers now, they will begin to agitate. And the government be Wapa Africa, be 2 years, then you see that momentum gather in the terms of your friends, violent revolution, that kind of way among for a year. You will Nigeria recently on Kenya, or government no bar. They will give you a period like 1 year, 2 years, 1 to 2 near a year. That is why I'm saying, sir, we have a Herculean task ahead of us. And your jubilation, we need to do a lot to ensure, sir, the confidence and the trust people repose in the president. Thinking, sir, obetime the right thing, that particular trust, say otimisha mukanana among who say yes, we are really working for this country, and I think that's the only way.
But messa about a team that constitutes to the transition team.
All right, no problem.
Then we can analyze that. But also, minim there, but here now the transition team
I think Onua answer boss kakra.
Yeah, sure.
Na Sabria or Motimi aye inaugural meeting. Na Asha said we are hoping for the best. I'm Asha said na wo kase nkomunya ne life ni ade.
Yes.
I don't think inquisitorial bia so handing over process sadly we will say enti enye ni nyina na say public no enya no ba
ye pese so ye di adanse bi
ye be di adanse ba enye sabre ya so ho de no wo mu ye sabre ma ni nyina awie na say wo mu fi say ma bi antoto yi a no na ya na e ba say sadly we ye expect sadly we ye hu ye e wo hefa ni ne kai ka ho so ho de no na e ba mi hu senior city ma hu say director of communication at the presidency issue letter say yes President Akuffo Addo the directive said ma abamuni pabianto official car omo enne kai ka ho good but cars am for so dravo di koko siesie no so titi no so so dey no on to you but ira no I don't know you very say and they should get prepared. Say when people are tracing, retrieving them, there should not be any file say ABC because all they call amanfo. Yeah. And amanfo so beka. And the Kyei a lot of places. We so be fear or the Land Cruiser near ye will be called for retirement. And so. Wafa adwuma mu Holland Cruise and pick up or the akwakohye baby and the Sanema winina we should not get there. Men fan kohye baby ma obi ma mefa den konko ye he ni ne Kyei ka ho. So dey there because what they call obi adwuma mu no say eh dey ya say wo dey ade no because eh aman dia the two year dey wo beka eti me dey ne meka my advice say wo mo omote akonya so sabre say I mean you don't deserve to be tortured in that environment say wo ho ani stop ni agika free with them and wo ho ani ababe wura ofie seka we fakisi bra ye de ko ni ne kai ka ensisi ye duru ho ba wo ma kwan so a ye beduru ho so wo ne tie no eti ye ya aban eye state de no former state na wo de ko woni kakra na nti form no obi an hu se oh wo kokko ye adwuma no wanwia aban wanwia Ghana fo so wo ne tie no eye better since obeya chese emu ayi be kwa kwesi hosa nti I am expecting a smooth transition to I'm so more up to 3rd January. Say by 3rd January there no biokita banka bia no hand over then they they should look at that and make sure say or more aye say you know now I am praying said I find the we say I didn't get better sir so Osha baby Ghana yeka drew 764 billion na ebishishe baby kro no sama meka ho ni ade one here be ni atwam be 800 yani ade I don't know hemma Ghana kwan emye obi ankonkoma ye bosia enne ka ho but no kwase mo mu ni say I know and I believe say IMF ebe make sure say obe rebalance the economy. So year on there I can tell you look MPP take over 2017 sasa tem na Ghana near IMF yeah, but IMF who say ye omo etna say omo ye you know yeah omo sesan ye omo make sure say nyoma enso to toy na wo hwe say nyoma say ko na me sure say President Mahama or the team no eye adwuma yi they can also enjoy that. We share the international goodwill. Aba amanena oniso so eye adeba ko a ebetimi ama watimi akonanim. Then you look at the dynamics in West Africa. Who say obia ehwe say no Ghana should be the destination of choice. Omo betimi ede omo yaba because say o share Nigeria.
Is this still a destination of choice?
Yes. Tete na ka Nigeria eye but omo ho no aye. Aban si san ye no so ho odi wani to form na wo share the international community so mo ha say ni ade na otim say the goodwill no so e wo ho no ade ba ko a ebe support the new administration amo motima set up the citizen support for you can say advocacy against corruption mismanagement in the kai ho. So when people are talking about that, as I said, new administration be almost no more. Adeba President Mahama Beya Ghanaians will never forgive him. Our mobile woneti, and he said, "Or best pay any corrupt officials in this country." I don't know. Say, "Oh yes, I don't pay." Then you should know, say he is doomed. He is doomed. Ghana for if he said. Chrono akoso ewo mayimu. They expect. Look, the golden opportunity Akuffo Addo ya wo message ye no. Enunti ana Ghana for ewo MPP konsa sabri. I can tell you the defeat of maybe Anameka say the defeat of MPP will be a record for another political party to beat. Someone say aye hopepepe. Would that the opportunity? Na kese o the needful. Eto maybe kra be say yes na MPC kra no more enjoy double salary. That kese so mo ye. Hey, amount for say that we omo de omo na enye ho enya de omo betimi e di ho dwuma. Okay, Ghana for say okay, no problem. Na say in some am kikan ni nyina no. Na say enya no kre e ya tro and na mu de di to omo so. Say ye no kra, why can't you prosecute them? It is what jawo mo na say one for mo nkwanko gina court there. Na say in some agika to omo so nyina na ya tro. Enu ti na Ghana for say sir, ade ye ne mo ade be face so pa. It is this opportunity NDC for enyano. Look, they say corruption. Aban bi obeba what dey ahoden ebe shemu say or corruption. I can tell you, say Ghana for ebe mo watena so ache. Say President Mahama etimi hwehwe nuamum. Without even going to court, obetima mention 1 2 3 4 5 7 bia. Because the microphone we there. Obeko jail. Obeko jail. But no dey obi a won share law grant no go question that. But
in a democratic world like ours there, I mean so to me will be any case of Obeko jail.
Now party say na okay. bosso.
I mean,
what say, oh, basic cathedral.
Yes.
Oh, for public funds. I feel go years here. What about you public funds? I don't know who here. Evidence is here.
I said no. Akuffo Addo na say Okwakosi cathedral. And I can for that so na release canon. It is akwache mu hwan. Okwache mu hwan.
Nipa release canon.
Na they say
what the echo.
That's why you also no case Okwakosi.
Upon the instruction of the president. The car say koko here you know. President no, me say your budget statement you know e wo ho. Baby we say oh Ghana sika ba kokra nim. Enye Ghana sika de kwakoye. Yankasa ono kenofrata de kan yo.
Yeah, sure.
Afedu baby no usa ba ya o say oh yakokoyi Ghana sika kakra. Ene ye koyi say ya sika obo ye say sa sika we kakra. So de jero. Sa sika we ye kakra. Eti eno Samuel we say. I mean, Emma will be in Kajra, so a judge will be to charge you. What you judge will say? The judge will be charging so Ghana for so here. What will show? So, apart from that, Saturday Kagalam say assembly.
Yeah.
No, there are some people who are more could J and Crawford gold. See a coco seize gold in the name of the state, a state here, and I'm a
yeah.
No. I say people are going to account for Sagoda or Moses Ahodunina. Look, the transition team should also take notice of that.
Okay.
Which I say, yeah, the national security for go no matter Jim for good. Obviously, oh, yes, easy, Yakoko Sisi is Cassie, ya yes, say, Sassi can't go to know, and what he. They should account for it. Now you will say, go to Mujiji, you know. If you cry Ghana, Yakako Tong, Sadia way near Timidia, near who says, now, Obiako Jiji. No de akoko gu na yimu na o de afro you know the corporate edinti na vice president and na America o mo kokotro letter see the gold company ko share under free zones na gold o mo de beko nyina no o mo nya repatriation bi ama na sika no makoko di ni nyina e wo hodom tim profosika o mo nya wo Ghana ha say ya o mo hu ka mbefa so adi no because o mo di ni nyina akoto gold no no mo akọ under free zones no mo akọ yeah non repatriation of ye can say funds na ko people are going to account for it. God to do our dear person, no making sure say 1 billion and our dear percentage is a zero near G. Because Obin to me so can say men for good go. But Yamra the say Saudi go to Kodia and a certain amount of a year should come. Percentage we should come to Ghana. Ghana government in be faje adwuma. Then ye nananom a yakose so mo nsase no royalties and so akọ hono. Na wutimi ba betwro anana maker na lawyer former director law school yeah. Sure. No work say ebia anam say emra ben pa na Ghana parliament bitima pass ne sa. When ye Ghana parliament na pass amra no. The office of the vice president. And what in Washington Sadiwe. And the secretary actually Bank of Ghana. Says Sadiwe near say yenye. Bank of Ghana so actually free zones. Free zones with the ama competition. Etienne, unya sika, ude kotu to good, ukwa we say, ukwa under LOC no. Ubon say, ude good no kwa kaprepra umfamafi. How can we be such wicked to this country? I didn't say sir. So etienne. Eti sabi money na say no. Ubana sa wotina ho na wantimi am prosecute Sadio Mana. Ubana sa woti ho no ma na Ghana for astate elusu confidence in you. So we dey no. Eti me say let us all help. Let us all help. We want say bibi na sha ha. Yimpeni fasu tre. Ya dina ende na mkrom ha say. Afa de o hwe ya, nipa ina you can't say high rise building. Just say apartments are good. What is see or crane? It's so our muya jumagin. Would yes, can he? All this thing, you see, lifestyle auditing. We need to go into this. Yeah, sure. Near me, sure say you're sanitizing the system. And there's a Ghana a better market time. Say young baby out. Your better market time. This type of look, it is an opportunity for the new government to make sure. Look. Obi dinamenga ho yechewa menso memfa ho anamebwa now be homophobia wo call minister okra say o background school yempresi no school kra no wo fiu na yechira na the American Kojina street so let me tell you something. Education minister na me said no Adichumia Madam for lecture be okay in UST. Like or respect me. No see what say. Me ba no me person course school we said the be ya betimi a monitor no. Ada o said ma me say me mo no say oh education minister dey serve na me said ma no. The whole of a year 3 names ana me said ma no. Enye like first class school so. Be say obvious one fee bimpo. Let me check me catch a man say oh obeye. What check it was you. I don't know and to me and to and I'm say sir 1 week to election and I'm sending a message. And I'm say
1 week to election and rich here.
Well, and rich here. And I'm say I've learned one thing in this word that position is not a possession. After 1 week. January, what's our education minister? And next year, you post this over a bit myself as you not at what me more as you so with the it's Ghana. Look, we not position there do good to people. But Ghana for case nipa si message here.
Yeah.
What say no I say it will be great case be craft for one. Obi timi driver because there be nipa si message there yes I know here. So with the we are expecting say Myanmar ebitimi akoda nimu ye na bibia etima toto. Let us try and do a. What's I'm trying to test message be show. Sir, MPP boys, no man be asema mo mpedi fono. O man be asema mo mpedi fono. So na sir excuse me. Boy na feno kobra aje sapon. Na sheda me bonidin. One share you be pass some about you should stop it. Some question messages now will say listen no. What the cultural minister no government appointee no catch us on the ongo 2 coin. Oboku the embarrassment at the airport. What are you talking about? Ghana for decided say look, my friend, mu ko trefie. Mu ko trefie. Say you can't take any major decision. Who 2 coin ko say Ghana is kasi say. Huh? Say your private and you grada you can't go. You can't go. Now there, what's the one now we have bear Macedonia? You just go. Me say, why is not taking position so?
Yeah, sure.
What your part try? Now go with the total embarrassment. You don't go. Now, what would see passport so the other so who say one share na somewhere that's your doom honabia will sabit maka. Let us conform to some of these things and Obi Baby say what capacity I am a citizen of Ghana.
Yeah.
Akuffo Addo said, let us be citizens. We should not be spectators. So we are protecting our nation. So yeah. Now, Buffy said, when you are mobile trip war akonyano so ni e kai ka ho. What would you Ghana for trouble? Someone let's say the new government should take a firm stance and make sure say issue relating to corruption there they would deal with it decisively. Now oko the cantonment Laboni airport area airport residential aban sase especially East Legon. Aban sase ankrofo afom asesa just like that. Media eja rekusem na o share the cost of the land. Now go hwe sika fia bi o mutuatua wo hodom na. Look, government must set up. Especially the ministers in 1 acre near the amount, 3 acres near the amount. They should make sure they receive all to the state. I mean, we should put a stop to that. And let me know what I say. What to Toama Mohua? Yebesi Cathedral. And then for the airport of can't say passport office in there, other institutions, and you could drip from a 2 or just like that. And she sent government lands and that cantonment. Are they cantonment? I intimacy cathedral. That is a cocoa judges are dining in a guy. Meanwhile, Okwabrane assessor at the abono. Look. Woko baby obi akwakoto judicial for assassin. And they see the radio station. Wakwakoto bi, or they see the office. Wakwako yesi, and then they kai ka ho. Ade wonkwa wo ye hwan. Wonkwa wo ye hwan. Last time we say 1 acre Obenya say yes $5 million. And I'm saying wow. Imagine? $5 million and an acre of land. Our cantonment Laboni Ekosu. Eti sankrofono, omunya sa sika no wo he. A omutoto say you know. na kokoshe properties a ya maso ediesi hodoma enti 8 years e dey business in one now ye
that is
within that shortest possible time
the multi-million-dollar question within 8 ebikra within 4 years 4 years
are you serious
otumito radio station and otumi building new radio station fresh one no akwakoto no I mean for commercial use and you ask yourself say into MP osika say you feel like say
so obia enye in charge that is what happened because I let me say culture no
and there are some businesses who are they should look into it is I mean yema bruchrimra Ghana ukuta some certain amount of money there they can question you who could just say can we adwuma be na we
that's right no I mean by law who took fire free Ghana and since ukita more than $10,000 say more than $10,000 as a declare
yeah sure
look me say na be catch penny bi say omo ba sa asem no me mpesa me boss we just omo da omo so DPS is omo ye look within a month sika omo be confiscate the amount state e be shop nkrofo me mpesa me boss e just amount for betray to omo to within a month the money that they will get for this country Mahama uko bobu siambi.
Na Ghana naka. I did not hear him was yabo.
So there you know. Look,
Sikana shekwa for who?
Adorye. Share ene se Bank of Ghana enya sika dollars aba. IMF sika ye buy. Ha. This I said dollars no he. Impedifobia sesa. E dey akwa kogu dem. Eti uko marketer emu aye bisi basa. Share one thing this administration they say for the start let us all come together bring our minds and all that the suggestions everything now you pick you off because already ya yegina de timo so ka say ya yegina de timo me kodwomu a me soete wotu kodwomu a wo be soete but say ye na say nyama mugu a yegina na ye den yenya politics no be bamu I mean you election you na politics abamu but for now you make sure hwe Argentina Bank of Ghana obetra ho sika beba system no mu wodi beba ho so anasika ni na kodi abochi fo nsem adenti wo be call the commercial bank afa wunya sika ni binto wakoko do bank manager ni no no so afa phone no afra abochi